everyone at Greg's classroom. My name is Abhishek Gimiri and I'm from Kathmandu, Nepal. If you don't know where that is, that's the country of Mount Everest and Gautam Buddha. So basically Greg has asked me to talk to you guys about my education in Nepal, what I went through and the basic differences between the Nepalese education and the US education system. So primarily I went to a regular normal school. I did sit down on benches and chairs. I did not sit on floors, and I did have a roof on top of my head in my school. So I learned Nepalese and English at the same time, but never spoken English. Everything was taught in English, but we never talked to friends in English. Lower secondary, the same thing. Basic math, science, English, Nepali, and then social sciences and that kind of stuff. Secondary, the same thing. We had up to 8th grade. And then when you went to the 10th grade, you took a SLC. That would be a school living certificate exam. That would be basically every 10th grader in the whole country would take the same test, and then you had to pass that test in order to continue your higher education into 11th and 12th grade. So they call it college, the 11th and 12th grade in Nepal, so it's a bit different here. So after I finished my SLC, I went ahead and joined A-level programs at my school. That's a Cambridge program. But up to SLC, you need to study the government curriculum. And then after that, you can either join the government curriculum or you can go with the British curriculum called the A-levels or IBs or AP programs. I studied at the same school from 4th to the 12th grade. That would be Buraninkanto school that Greg will be talking to about in your presentation. And then after my 12th grade, as I finished my A-levels, I came to Trinity in San Antonio. I found it online, as this is the most common question that I get asked. Found it on the internet and then talked to the counselor here, and then everything worked out fine and came to Trinity as a freshman. I'm a senior now, graduating in May, and then everything's been fine, been great. I've been working with Greg for the past 3 years at the Trinity Library. That has been great too. And then after I finish my graduation, I am gonna do my master's here and then probably start working somewhere in Texas. I like Texas.
Hi, I'm Sawan, and I go to Trinity. I'm an international student, and I'm from Nepal. And I'm going to talk about the schooling system in Nepal. I can start off with primary school. Primary schools like from grade 1 to grade 5, and like students are generally like 7 years old, 7-8 years old when they're in primary school, when they begin primary school. And like primary school is like generally just learning basic writing and like developing the basic skills of math and arithmetic and like writing. And after that, lower secondary begins from 6th, and like it starts getting a little tougher here because like different science subjects are introduced, and like the math gets a little more advanced, like algebra is introduced, and students, like I think English language becomes mandatory starting from lower secondary, whereas in primaries I think it's not mandatory. And like students can choose like whether they want to continue their education in English based or Nepali based. And most students like in the city areas, most students like choose to continue their education in English, whereas like it's seen that like most people from rural areas, they choose Nepali language, and then began secondary school, and like at this point like the similar trend in the similar manner, like everything gets even more tougher, equivalent to the beginning of high school in America, and students are about that age. So like new courses that are introduced at this stage are like environment studies and social studies. So people have to learn about government and civic life and history, geography, and social studies. And like in environment, there's like a subject which is like made mandatory only in Nepal, and it's called environment, population, and health. And in this subject, students are like taught how to taught about sustainable development and how to like take care of their health, how like against like measures against prevent diseases, you know, preventive measures and curative measures, and like so like it's generally like about how population affects health and environment, and like a lot of Nepalese like education system is like generally commended by like a lot of organizations for like making this subject mandatory. Like after secondary education, like students are required to take the SLC examination, that stands for school leaving certificate, and this exam is like considered one of the most important exams in a student's life. It's like said to be the Iron Gate, and SLC examination is like a nationwide examination, like, and it's highly competitive, and students from all the villages and all the cities like take this examination, like take the same examination, and like students who had earlier opted to choose their education in English language, they take this exam in English, and other students take it in Nepali. The school I went to was, the post-secondary school I went to was Buddha School. It's like it's considered one of the best schools in Nepal. I had to take an entrance examination, and there were like 1,000 students who gave that entrance test. I think 1,000 or more, and like only about 20 to 30 students were chosen to like go through the post-secondary from Buddha. So like this school is like generally like is renowned for like sending students abroad to like countries like USA, and a lot of students also go to India from here, and to Germany, to Philippines, and countries like that. So so from this place, I mean, that's how I heard of Trinity, from Buddha School. There was like, students generally hear about the colleges from like students who have already gone there. Like for me, like Avi and Rakesh, Amod and Ravi, there were like 4 Nepali students who had already come to Trinity University. So like once they come, like students like hear about the school. After Trinity, I wanna like work for a year maybe. Like I can get a work permit. I'm currently not legal to work. I need to get like it's called the OPT, and that allows me to work for a year. And I can also get a permit called the CPT. It allows me to work for 1 more year. and like I'll probably be working in an engineering firm after Trinity, and maybe I'll do graduate school, but I'm not sure about any.